Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Christian Mechanic. I got another ratchet for you today. This one, this time, this is the Father's Day ratchet that I had ordered for myself on Father's Day. I told the kids what I wanted, but I went along and ordered it anyway. But yeah, it just now came today, so it's been it's been a couple weeks. I actually called SK last week and asked them what happened to the ratchet because it says 2 to 3 days for processing time. They'll send you a verification number. Well, like I said, I waited on a week and a half and I called them and I asked. So they said that they got backed up on orders. There was a lot of orders and they do it all by hand and everything gets hand packed and hand shipped. They don't have anybody that takes care of that. They do it all themselves. So they said it's taking a little bit extra time because of all the orders that they got. So anyway, like I said, this one was 40 some percent off. Well, 40 some, yeah, it was like 41% off or whatever. Originally 140 something. I got it for $45 shipped. So it was almost $100 off the ratchet. So anyway, this is a SK ratchet made in the USA. All chrome handle. Again, like this head is tiny. So it's a slim design head. It's 92th ratchet. Now I'm looking at the flex in it now, and it's pretty stiff. So like I said, this is a brand new ratchet, but it's not any loose. It doesn't come right from the factory loose and whatnot. That, and also there is no locking detents or nothing like that. There is no detents for locking, so it's just a regular old ratchet. And you got your R and your L on here for right and left. Stamped. You got SK stamped in here and USA stamped on here as well. Your reverse lever is non-recessed into the ratchet, but it is a thin designed. And just feeling at the looking at the thing, it feels like it may be a cast switch. Maybe it might be made out of cast. And here on the handle as well, you have SK, and then you got your part number is 80290, and it says USA there. And you also have that, this is the packaging that it comes in, quantity 1. And there's the part number again on the packaging. But it comes in this white bag, and this side of the bag is clear. So comes with that. Now for your bolt that holds the flex, the head on, is a Torx bit. I'm not sure what size it is. We're just going to leave it in there for now. But like I said, it's a nice tight fit. Handle, the chrome is really good. Chrome is always good on SK tools. The only thing that I'm feeling right now, just feeling this reverse switch. It's not, it's really, I think that was one of the things that people were complaining about online, is how tight it is. But if you're spinning the head while you're ratcheting it, you can flip it back real easy. Maybe it needs to get broken in. We are going to go ahead, we're going to pop this open, and we're going to check out the insides. I'm going to add a little bit of lubrication to it. And we'll just take a look at, see what's inside this ratchet. Now, to take this ratchet out, this is going to be Allen heads, the 2mm is what I have right here, and it fits inside here pretty good. So we're just going to go ahead, we're just going to crack this thing open. We'll take a look at the insides, and like I said, we'll add a little bit of lubrication. I believe these do come lubricated though. And there's the first screw, and I don't see any Loctite in them, but they're in there pretty tight, so they're pretty snug in there. There's the other one, and we'll just grab this anvil and give it a little wiggle. Now these screws do go through the plate here, and then the screws screw into the body, so if you ever strip it out, it's going to strip into your head. But if you're looking at the metal here, you got a pretty good amount of material in there, so you can probably go ahead and I don't want to say drill it out and put a bigger size in, but they do make helicoil kits. So you probably could helicoil this if you mess it up. Possibly, I don't know what size helicoil kit, if it'll big enough, but you could drill these out and put a helicoil in there, and you know, that way you can reuse it. But you shouldn't have to be taking this ratchet apart a lot. So first thing I noticed when I'm pulling off the head here is there is a little lubrication here around the plate here at the bottom. I don't see any you know, rings in here or seals, as to say, any kind of seals on anything. Nothing around the anvil head, nothing around the plate, no seal around the plate itself. And then we take this out. There is a little bit of oil on the back of the anvil itself. It does have that hole in there, and that's pretty nice. We'll check the play in the head, but that's good for this here, for as far as holding it in place. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll take a look at the paw here, and it does have a 2 stamped on one side, and on the other side there is nothing. Now looking at the paw, there's no visible places where it has to go back in a certain way. Both sides are the same as far as this. Like I said, you just got a little bit of stamping going on right here, but I'm not sure. You just have a 2 stamped on there. I'm just going to guess and say there's probably about 10 or so teeth of engagement. We'll count them real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 or 15 teeth of engagement on the head. And then you look inside here. I know some of the ratchets that we look at, they got the double detents inside. This just has the one detent here and the one spring. And you can feel this the spring here is pretty tough, and this is probably the reason why the the switch is so hard to use. I think I watched a couple of things where people said that they have actually taken the switch and cut the springs down a little bit so they're not as tough. And this piece here, should just come right out. Switch should just come right out here. There we go. I'm trying to figure out. There's a certain way that this. Now there is a little nipple on the end of this thing here, so I'm thinking you have to get it to the end and like twist it out. But I don't see, that's not really working. Push it out this way. Yeah. There we go. There we go. There's a little snug coming out. And there we go. There's the ball. Here's the ball that's in the bottom of this detent here. That's probably what was holding it in, the ball in here. And the ball was sitting in the hole here, and then the bottom of the spring. As you can see here on the body here, let me get my thing here. I can show you real quick. The ball goes through the switch, and the ball actually sits through the switch, and it sits on these, and has little notches, little cut out here, and they lay right inside here. So there's no actual hole drilled like some of the ratchets that we see. There's holes drilled in the head, and there's a spring, and then the ball that sits in there, and it all sits on this together. Now the switch sits in there, and then the switch is drilled straight through, and the ball sits into the switch, and then the detent and the spring sit on top of that. So that's kind of different. That's actually kind of easier as far as when you go to put it back together or take it apart. It's a little bit easier. But again, same thing with the switch. There's no seals or anything sealing the ratchet, so it's not 100% completely sealed. But the tolerances they feel very tight, so that'll help keep it out. And then if you keep your ratchet clean, you shouldn't have to worry about getting a lot of gunk or anything in there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to add just a little bit of lubrication down here where this anvil sits here. Oops, sorry. Put the anvil back in. You can see with the anvil in there with that hole there, I think it fits in there. Fits in there pretty nice. So like I said, we'll just put a little bit of more of this lube on this thing here. Like that. And I really don't want to go too crazy with the super lube because I don't want to have to be pulling this thing back apart, trying to get all the because it's the pawl keeps sticking to it. So okay, so let's go ahead and let me put a little bit of this. First, let me put a little bit of this in the very bottom here where this ball sits. So we'll put a little bit down here in the bottom. All right, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to slide the switch. We'll slide the switch back in first. And actually, looking at the switch, I know it said it's cast, but it may even be some kind of aluminum or something. But okay, so we got the switch back in there. Okay, we got the switch in. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add this ball back in there. And now I got these new tools from these new Doyle pliers here, and that's going to help me get the ball back in there. So I'm glad I grabbed these new tweezer pliers. These things are freaking great. These are really cool. I'm going to add a little bit of oil down inside where the spring's going to go. Hold on, people. Give me a second. I'm going to add a little bit of oil down inside this spring here. Just to help with any corrosion or rust. Then we go ahead and we'll put that back in. Yep, that is really tight. And then you got your paw here. First, let me Well, this is my first time taking this apart, so you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. I just pushed that back in the hole here. It wasn't quite in the hole, so we're gonna put this pawl back in there like that, and then we'll see how hard this is to drop this anvil back inside here. And it looks like it's going to be a pain. So first you got to get this pawl, get it smushed down in there pretty far, and then try and get this down inside there. But like I said, this one here was pretty tight, getting it back in there. Now I got a piece of stuff stuck in there from the workbench. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Try this one. There we go. Now she's down in there. Okay, got her down in there pretty far now. You really gotta have to push her down in there. Yeah, it's got to be in there. Here, look. It's really got to be down inside there pretty far. And once you push it down there, you got to push it down with the pawl and hold it down while you drop in the anvil, or else it's not gonna. And there you go. So there's that. Now I'm just gonna add some oil on the top of this thing, because I like to over lubricate all my ratchets. Then we'll wipe the top of this off. Drop the cover plate back down, and then I'm not going to put any Loctite on these screws here, but you can if you like. Yeah, I won't mess with the Loctite unless it's, you know, a habit. Like if it's coming loose a lot. So unless it comes with Loctite, I'm not going to really mess with it too much, unless, like I said, it's something that's an issue where it's coming loose a whole lot. Really no use of getting it out unless it's actually having an issue, especially if it didn't come with Loctite. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So there's that. I get to hear it. So there's that. And then we will just add a little bit of oil to this detent ball for the socket. And then I'll just push it down with my, try to push it down. Let's check out this detent real quick while we got it all apart here and see how hard this thing is to push down. Wow, it's pretty tight. Here, we'll get a socket. Yeah, this is just a Craftsman socket, USA socket, 10 millimeter deep. We're just gonna give this a try on there, and I got a lot of oil on my hands, so we'll see. That feels pretty good on there. And it comes off, but okay. Now here we'll check the anvil wiggle, and this has barely got any wiggle at all, so that's pretty good. There's not a lot of anvil play. Like I said, the only thing that I see with this is there's no locking or no detents in the head to help lock it in, and the switch is a little stiff, which I have seen that on a lot of other YouTubers' videos about the ratchet. So, yep, that's it. Like I said, for 44 bucks though, I thought that was a steal for a USA made ratchet. You know, anything that's made in the USA, it's 100 plus all day long for most of these USA made ratchets. Anyway, all right, everybody, I just want to thank you and just pray everybody's doing okay, and just hope everybody had a good 4th and was safe out there, and God bless America. Thank you, everybody.